You know how someone who's wise is not really wise because of their reason, although you need some reason to exercise your wisdom, it's because of their emotional intelligence. It's about how things feel to them. It's something broader based than mere reason. It has in essence a greater power, which can be coupled with reason to act in a wise manner. You know how if you explain a poem, you destroy it, or a joke for that matter? Why is that? It's because it's the experience that matters, not the reason behind it. And in many practices such as Zen, the master doesn't explain how it is. The master creates an experience so that the person can learn. Because if you just explain it, it destroys it, or makes it more difficult to learn. That's different than learning chemistry, because it's a different kind of intelligence. Now, I thought quite a bit about whether I should actually make this video, because it occurred to me that it might not make much sense to many of you, because you'll naturally want to use your reason to interpret what I'm about to tell you. And that will destroy it. And even if you don't use your reason, it may not communicate to you. This may be fairly idiosyncratic to me. I don't believe that's true. But I don't have a large sampling of people I've talked about this to know one way or the other. There also may be issues regarding experience and age that will make it translate differently. But it's no big thing. It's about states of consciousness, something I've spent a lot of my life looking at, something I'm very fascinated about. What I'm about to do is talk to you about three essentially metaphors that are created in my mind in the same way that metaphors are created in dreams and movies and poems and jokes and all this other stuff, in mythology, all that weird stuff. And what I'm going to ask you to do is to try not to think but to feel, and see if they don't translate into something. But this something is a state of consciousness. It's not as tangible as something I can pick up like this. So what you want to do is think about it as not what it means, but how it feels. Okay, so here are three things that are all the same thing. This first one goes like this. Imagine taking a fully loaded rifle, putting it into your mouth, pointing it upward, and pulling the trigger. And imagine the back of your head blowing off, but nothing physical happens. Just imagine it blowing the back of your head off, but nothing physical happens. But you're changed by that, like that. There's a psychological change. Now this is the same thing. Imagine standing on the edge of a very tall cliff, and instead of facing the chasm, you're facing in the opposite direction. And then you start to lean, and without bracing yourself, you slowly let yourself fall back. Feel the falling back without restraint. This is the same thing. Imagine being exposed to hurricane-force winds, but becoming transparent to the wind, so that the wind and everything in the wind blows through you with no resistance. Those three pictures, feelings are the same to me. And then something comes next. Shortly after that, as your head blows off psychologically, as you fall backwards to the cliff, and as the wind blows through your body, you are then floating weightless over an infinitely flat, infinitely white plane. You're unable to tell how far you are from the plane because it is featureless, scaleless. It's just white, and it is infinite, and you are floating above it. It's a feeling. Now, what does it mean? Well, I'm not going to tell you. But I am interested in what it feels like. And I am interested in talking to you about what it feels like. And that I'd like to save for another video.